Good evening, everybody. It's your man P Stock here, and you know what time it is. This is iHipHopTV, Mad Money Militia Inc. One on one. You know, we're here. We always bring those great, exciting artists. You know, everything that's going on in the music and the culture involved in hip hop and music. You know, big shout out to Aladdin 19 holding us down in the Bay Area. You know, big shout out to Young NAZ, 2K Kent, Frank Stickums, whole crew in the Bay Area, Black Sea, you know, holding it down. You know, everybody shout out. And tonight's no different. Tonight, you know, this is a special treat. You know, the guest tonight is a Bay Area artist, you know, with a great history and what I consider and what a lot of us consider, you know, a groundbreaking artist, a part of the duo that laid the foundation for a lot of these female artists today, you know, in the music business. And here's somebody that's been in the music business, that's came up, been signed to record labels, done everything independently on her own, has a group, and you know, dealt with other artists, collaborations, and other people. So the whole gamut of the business. There's nothing you can tell this woman about the record industry that she don't know or who she don't know. This is the industry. You know how it is, baby. That's how it goes. But, you know, tonight, I don't want to go because the artist tonight, you know, I just want to just make sure. Tonight, we have CMG from Conscious Daughters, you know, and this right here is a legendary Bay Area group right here. This is historic. This is, I mean, in 1993, and let our viewers know, because I know a lot of, you know, the youngins out there, they don't know nothing about what's going on.
Are you telling my age now? I ain't mad. Nah. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I always tell my age, though. I went to that point now, too. So I'm like, but it's good because the music then, you know, and we was just talking about that. You're coming from the Bay Area, the sound, and I know the Bay Area, you know, that's our family, you know, and your sound, y'all sound, Conscious Daughters, y'all sound so East Coast. Y'all flows.
I know. Well, music. You know, we had a really deep East Coast influence, but you know, really our whole sound was based upon Paris, who is the Black Panther of hip hop from San Francisco. Actually, was the person who discovered us, and you know, he is a pioneer in Black positivity and just the upliftment of Black people in general, and women. And so when we met him, he really he had already put out The Devil Made Me Do It. You know, he's an artist from San Francisco. He had an album out called The Devil Made Me Do It, and he ended up on Tommy Boy Records, which is in New York. And so I think that when he saw us, he really we met at a Digital Underground album release party. We rolled up in there with cassette tapes and, you know, jackets and hats that said Conscious Daughters. And, you know, he was like, Conscious Daughters? Like, what's conscious about y'all, you know? But we were really socially conscious. We weren't, like, really Black Panther conscious. So we didn't know what we were really getting into, but we would learn. We would later learn more about, you know, our beauty and our consciousness, you know, thanks to Paris. But he's the one who really gave us the sound. I think that he saw that we had like a big New York influence, and we had West Coast in us, because we had that gangster. We had gangster in us, but we also had hip hop in us and authenticity, and just being authentic in what we were doing. And I think that he saw realism, and he saw two young women who loved hip hop, West Coast, East Coast, and we knew everything about it from the gate, like from the first hip hop song, like. We were really connoisseurs of music at the time, and we really, really had a love and a passion for it. So once he picked us up, and when he met us, he said, wow, you know, I'm on Tommy Boy Records right now, which is based in New York, but I'm leaving. I'm starting my own label. I would love to put an album out on you guys. And, you know, at the time I was working for George Lucas at Lucasfilm, working in software development.
Wow.
My background since I was 20. So I was smart, and I'm still smart. But you know, the thing is I had a budding career. I really was always working, you know, but when I was making in 1989, I think I was making $29,000 or $30,000, $29,000 a year. He was like, I'll give you, like $40,000 to quit for the year. And I was like, $40,000? $40,000. That was so much back then. $40,000. I'm rich, And so we were like, hell yeah, we're going with you, And it was somewhere around there. At the time, it was a lot of money, really. And at that time, that was a lot of money. That's like a couple $100,000 today. So, well, I wouldn't take that today, but the point is, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money when you don't have nothing. So, yeah, it was a blessing to join with him. He really gave us a great sound and is mastermind really behind Conscious Daughters, because we were out there just being ourselves, and he knew how to package us up. He knew how to send the message to the people. He knew he knew what to do with us. And that's really how we blossomed out of Oakland and Richmond, California.
Wow. And he did all the production and everything early for y'all first hits?
Yeah, he did all the production. I mean, if you do your homework and you type in Paris, the Black Panther from San Francisco, he has he's a very controversial rapper. He made a lot of songs about police brutality, and he made some songs about the president in the White House. And he took on one of his album covers, he had a sniper, some kind of automatic assault rifle. He was standing on the porch of the White House, and he then became a target of the Secret Service. So while we were trying to travel, Paris he had a target on him, like
being harassed,
stopped, and he would get stopped, and only I think like once it ever happened when we were all of us together. But yeah, he was on the watch list for assassinating the president for a while.
Wow.
But it was really just him giving a message. He's not a murderer or killer. It was just the controversial album cover that he did called "Sleeping with the Enemy." So if you look that up, you'll see him standing on the White House porch. He's not really standing there. I mean, it's like, it was a Photoshop or whatever. But,
they had it in there.
I doubt he was standing there like that, but it was a great album cover, and it really caused a lot of attention. And it was at the time when Ice-T came out with that Cop Killer song, and all the politicians came out, and they were like, fuck this, this rapper and that rapper, and they're, and all this stuff. And he was kind of caught up in all of that at the time, which brought a lot of attention to us. And meanwhile, we were able to blossom and bloom on our own, because we were kind of a little more street. He was more serious about what he was doing, but he let us be ourselves and gave us, a great deal and everything. And so, kudos to Paris. He's the one who really, really is the backbone of the Conscious Daughters sound.
Wow. Yeah, the sound. Kudos. Yeah, that's a great sound. But, you can't, he helped with that sound, but just your flows, you're both for hot spitters, and women for that time. Did y'all ever run into problems where guys just get mad, just,
no,
throw down
and here's the thing.
It was none of that.
Even during the East Coast, West Coast battles, and even when we went to New York, we got so much love. Nobody hated on us.
That's dope.
I remember running into DJ Evil D, who was a DJ out there and also the DJ for Duck Down Music. He was like, I have never seen a record label force a record on somebody so much. They said, if you want Ice Cube, you got to pay the Conscious Daughters. If you want the new Ice Cube, Priority Records really, really did a great job with Conscious Daughters. They put us out there. They wheeled and dealed with other artists to make sure that we got our play, and New York loved us. We had a ball. We had no problems going out there. It was just a great experience of the whole time that we were there. I think people really saw the realism in what we were doing, because Special One first of all, she's a comedian. And we've been rapping since we were like 11, 12 years old. We are best friends. We started very early. Remember I told you she was in radio?
Yes.
So she started off as a radio baby. By the time she was 10, she knew how to work all the equipment, reel-to-reels, ADATs, tapes, the board, everything. Wow. So by the time we got to high school, when she signed up for the radio class, the teacher said, I can't teach you anything. You're going to be my assistant. So she became the assistant and the production manager, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grade in high school. So we used that facility to record.
Great
so we
advantage.
had cassettes, and everywhere we went, we were giving people tapes. Cassette tape had our phone number on it. We wrote our name, Conscious Daughter. Then we had a phone number. We had a little answering service. You know how you call an answer machine come on?
Yeah.
We would go through our messages and, Paris called. So we it was a great thing. But the talent really came from her being in radio and us being students. And me, I'm a band baby. My dad and it was really involved with a lot of bands, and Frankie Beverly and Mays came to live in my house at an very early age, and I was just kind of a band baby running around on the stage. And I've watched a lot of entertainers in my life, and my father being one of them. He's a musician as well. He sings, he plays the bass, the drums, and the what are the things? He plays all those anything. He plays the triangle, the thing that you I can't think of what it's called. He plays all kinds of instruments. So I've always been a student of music, and I listen to Dolomite. I've listened to, 60s music, 70s music, 80s music as a kid. I grew up with my dad. My mom was a nurse. She worked the night shift or the day shift and sometimes the night shift. And I all my time with my dad. And that's really, I hear songs now that are from the 60s. I have no idea how I know the words. That's because my dad was blaring music in his car riding me around
all around
day after day after day when I'm 5 years old, so I know how to deliver a verse.
Yes,
because I watch so many people do it and get on the mic and get on the mic. Ooh, when you get on there, you gotta you gotta do something. It's not just go up there and be like, okay, I want to be a rapper or a singer. It's something that was really embedded in both of us at an early age. And I think the fact that we were best friends, really, really made the chemistry more, because there's a lot of female groups out where they just met each other, or they're put together, and then they start bumping heads. Well, why are you the lead singer, or why are you, girl? And then they start fighting, and then it's just it's a very, very difficult thing to maneuver with women, especially because it's a lot of emotions involved. Somebody might get pregnant, ruin everything. In your mind, you ruin everything. You're pregnant. You don't know. It's just different for women. Period.
It is. It really is.
And the fact that we made it through that, we were just being our damn self. We was like, we go up in here. And where the mic at? And then Carol, she's crazy. Like, she's a comedian, and she's just, all the dudes loved her. Like, she know how to rock a party. She knows how to communicate. She knew how to just get along with everybody. She would be sitting in the airport talking to an old 60-year-old white man, 70-year-old white man, just sitting there with them. And I'm like, who are you talking to? She'd be like, this is my friend Tom. I'm like, I'll just go get a drink. I come back and she's talking to some stranger. She was so personable and lovable. She can relate to anybody. So rest in heaven, my sister. Yeah. She was amazing. Like, was amazing, period. And I think her personality, and she was a great freestyler. Like, she will freestyle about whatever you got on. And that right there showed that she really had the skills. I wasn't the best freestyler, but what I did do was keep a little something in my back pocket to be ready when she go see. Because when we come up in the time when somebody say bust a rap, and you gotta be ready to do that.
Gotta go. Gotta be able to go.
So me, I kept them up here, but the mix between her being authentic and then me coming in, it just made it just a perfect blend of a perfect meal for dinner.
Yeah, y'all vocal instruments together, y'all flows, and that's what and I'm telling the viewers, go out and check out all the music. Well, once you do, it's gonna get stuck. It's gonna be like new music again in that air for people that never heard.
Yeah, we have some music out that's not properly like labeled in some of the streaming services. So I'm trying to get all of that stuff together. We have an album out called The Nutcracker Suite, which doesn't always pop up. Yeah. The Gamers album. I did an album under my name, CMG. It's called The Jane of All Trades. So I'm trying to get all of our catalog together. So if you Google me or Google Conscious Daughters, everything pops up at one time. Everything's going. Yeah, we have a beautiful catalog. I'm so proud of it. Yes. And I really love Paris, and shout out to Paris for everything that he's done for us. I wish we could work together again. Really, honestly, I'm trying to I feel like all of these groups are doing these reunion things,
Yeah.
and I want to reunite with him. You know, we're kind of in different spaces right now, but I know he's still doing music, so I'm hoping to reconnect with him so that we can just do like a sign off album or like just a quick comeback or a finale or something, you know. So I'm hoping that I can get with him to do that.
That's big. That would be great, you know, like, and I know you have big events in the Bay Area when all the artists come out and play too, and that would be a good place to tip it off, you know, to make it all. Lenny Williams. There's so much talent in the Bay Area.
Oh wow!
That people do not think about, you know, and that's why, you know, the hats goes off to the Bay Area and Conscious Daughters and what y'all did. You know, your legacy in hip hop is cemented by the music, the quality music, the good music, and like I said, the innovative and groundbreaking path that you made for other female artists today. You know, that right there is huge to me, because I don't think groups such as Conscious Daughters and the other groups from back in them times, like, you know, especially the West, especially the West Coast. Yep, the West Coast groups. Yep, you know, they don't get enough.
Lady of Rage, Shauna from the South. I mean, there's so many women. And of course, all the sisters and Lil' Kim and Queen Latifah, everybody
that laid the ground.
East Coast. There's just so much beautiful examples, and I don't know why they're not following it.
Yeah. You know with
but
the business
I guess
wise.
It's not their culture. Their culture. So here's my saying. I grew up on drug dealer music. Like, we are about ourselves. They're growing up on drug user music. Which means y'all all high, sleep, and what's up with these sleepy drugs? Everybody want to sleep all fucking time. That's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, we used to like to, you know, enjoy ourselves and be, hey. They like,
not
you know,
music.
And I just don't get it. But man, it's just not their culture. And I remember when I was growing up and I first told my mom, well, you know, I'm putting out an album. She was like, but you work for Lucasfilm. You work for George Lucas. Why are you putting out? I told her I was quitting my job. And then when she heard what I was saying, we was talking about, you know, back then it was gangster rap and murder rap, right? So we was talking about killing motherfuckers, but we were talking about killing them on the mic. I had to tell my mom I was killing them on the mic. Lyrical murder, lyrical murderer. You know, it's a difference. So she was just like looking at me, shaking her head like, this ain't no damn music. And now I'm doing that with the next generation. I'm her. And that's crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? How am I like my parents? But
how this happened?
Full circle, okay? Full circle. And I'm looking at these kids like, what are y'all talking about? Take off them damn wigs. First of all, that shit is hot, sweaty, and stanky. Number two, that's not your real body. Okay, but I mean, I ain't mad at a little snip here and there, you know, but it's just so fake. Everything is so fake. And it's like, where's the authenticity and the love for the music? Where is that gone?
Yeah, no originality. You know, everybody sounds alike, almost like the cookie cutter, and it's a shame because it's pushing out the R&B lane. You know, especially with the male artists and everything. Everything's turning to pop. It's either pop or rap, or K-pop and rap. You know, that's what it's come down to.
And a lot of the women that are out now, the ones that are speaking positivity, Rap City, and all these other female artists that really have a great flow and good content, they get zero shine. I'm not gonna say zero shine. They're popular, but they don't get no exposure like the ratchets.
Like the other ones. Yeah, because that's what's selling.
Some of that ratchet stuff I get into. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I get into
it's catchy.
But I'm forced. I've been forced.
Yeah, it's
the first
catchy.
time I hear it, it ain't all that. But after I hear it 30 times, I'm like, hey, you know,
you catch on to the beat.
It's just not, you know, not to say it's horrible, terrible, bad, because I love all the female rappers that are out
here.
You know, it's just the things that come with it. You know, and I think about the young girls is you want to look at all your fake body and shit they can't afford, and your fake hair and your fake, you know, and your talking shit. Every rap is so bad. Like, it's like, nigga, buy me a bag. Can you pay my rent? This and that and the third. Like, there's no empowerment out there.
Get your own. Make your
Right. So
own.
you're teaching these young girls, okay, let me get a fake ass, some fake titties, some fake hair, some fake lips, some fake eyelashes, and write some fake ass raps and be a fake motherfucker, and then try to find me a man. Like,
wow.
Then they be like, the men are like, have so many choices, they turn to girls. So now it's the old gay thing. They slamming the gayness down your throat. You know, it's just not. I'm not against it, and I love it. I just think that let people make a choice. I just don't feel like certain things should be glamorized like that, you know. But this is me speaking to my oldness, and I gotta capture myself because you know my best friend, sister, special one was gay, but you know she was authentically herself.
Right.
So it's nothing against that. It's just you know. Glamorizing fake stuff is teaching these young women that fakeness is what they need to try to be.
Yeah.
Be yourself. You know, be yourself. Yeah. It's a trap.
It's a trap. It is
I'm
a trap.
Just saying. Y'all hear me?
It's
this
the
is what
trap.
I'm saying.
It's the trap. It's the trap. Now, what would you take from today? What any part of today would you wish you had back then whenever you was back in the 90s, any part of it, what they're doing.
I wish I had more drive to keep going. I've always had a job, and I'm not going to say money, but investments and things. And I feel like I got a little comfortable like at some point and was like, well, the reason why Conscious Daughters kind of ended was because Napster came out.
Yeah.
You remember Napster? Yeah. When Napster came out, Priority Records called us and was like, we're shutting down, you know, next thing you know, we're cutting everybody. We're releasing this group and that group. Next thing you know, you're transferred to Universal Records. And then they're like, wait a minute, let us think about it. And it was a whole lot going on. But I wish I would have been more proactive, both of us, we should have moved to LA because we had such a great following down there. Oh, and we should have just fought for our career a little more. That's what I would have told myself because I feel like we could have been one of the greatest groups ever. And you know, I went on to have a son, which is a great thing. But I feel like if we would have had more work ethic and stopped being so freaking comfortable, like, you know, we're like, okay, you know, we got a little bit of money, we're okay, and you know, this, that, and the third, and you know, but there was so much more to get.
Yeah, kept driving. So
right, but also you got to think about this: all the rappers in the '80s and the '90s that we came up, they didn't make money like these kids do now. No. You can't put out an album and get millions of dollars. So that wasn't in our sight. You know, now these kids, they go out and do all these shows and get all this money. You know, and hey, I don't know that we would have took a whole new trail. You know, but,
through the shows.
But I wish we would have just really been more serious about continuing our career. You know, but everything turned out the way it was supposed to.
Turned out, yeah.
I mean, can still flow though.
You still got the flow.
But you know, I'm about to get on these old school tours, and I enjoy doing it. That's the most important thing. You know, I do these shows, the few that I get. I love doing them. I love to go out and still get on stage and, you know, do what I got to do.
Yeah.
I love, you know, I love to transform for a night and just be that, you know, 20-something-year-old in the 90s vibe, you know, and that's great for me. Yeah, for sure.
And that's a great vibe. Even though, you know, for that time, that's a great vibe. You know, we was wearing our clothes a lot looser too, you know, at that time.
And that's true because the girls, if you look at like us and Escape and just any of Aaliyah, we all had our baggy gangster gears and bandanas and, you know, we was out there just trying to say we're not sex symbols, right? Yeah. And then here comes Lil' Kim, like killing it. We were like, damn, we should have done that, you know. But you didn't realize at the time we were in the era we were in. The era that we were in was let's prove that we are females and we don't need the guys because there were so little of us. There weren't many.
Yeah.
But now there's so many. They are in competition about how they look and. You know, how they look means so much. And honestly, I wish I would have paid more attention because now, you know, clearly I should have took some other turns, you know what I'm saying? As far as being healthy and eating right. But it's not too late. I'm still alive. So.
Yeah, he's still alive. Long, that's what they say.
I might go give me some plastic.
Come on. You don't need it. But yeah, I with your flows, you get out there and do it because that is a need. That's the history. And that's what I'm saying. With the younger generation of females, they need that because, like you said, that will spurn, hopefully, that generation of conscientious rappers too, especially the female flowers. Because it's important because the females are moving forward in the game now in the music industry and they're getting more, but that's where we'll see if that conscientious one, like you said, they won't give them the full shine. They don't get the full money.
It's so sad. They need to be in the front. They need to be leaders. I mean, they're doing great, and there's a handful of them. I can't even think of all their names, but it's just sad that what the media spotlights is not the best, and it's not helping these kids with their mental health.
No,
because if you're ugly right now, and these little girls, and they feel ugly if they don't look a certain way, and that is a mental health problem.
Yes, it is. Yes,
and they don't know that their natural beauty is natural beauty, and their parents are getting Botox and shit. So at young ages, and it's just sad to me. When you're born and your youth is your best beauty.
That's the best, yeah.
And then when you're 20-something, when you're getting lips done, I seen this girl on TV. I watched a show called Love After Lockup, and she's so pretty. One of the girls on there, she's like this Indian girl. She's dating this black dude. She was just naturally beautiful. Then all of a sudden, she went and got Botox, and her lips were like.
Yeah, now she looks funny.
And I'm like, that is not cute. How do they think that's cute?
I cringe when I look at Little Kim. When I look at Little Kim and what it was, I'm like, why'd she do it? You was beautiful without doing all
I wasn't mad at the first nose job, but after that, that's too much.
You let it go. They get carried away. Yeah. Michael did, at the end. I think they start getting carried away with that, the Joan Rivers type syndrome, but that's what I call Joan Rivers. They get addicted.
The Joan Rivers.
Yeah, they
what
get
are you
addicted.
Talking about?
Yeah.
Shut up. I'm Joan Rivers. Who are you talking to?
Yep.
I love Joan Rivers though. But yeah.
So did I. But you gotta go. And Kanye's mom. That what you call that.
That's why I don't want to get the surgery because that's scary. You can die on that table.
Yeah.
Is it worth risking your life for? Not at a certain age. If you're young and you got a good heart and stuff. But if you just, I'm at a certain age where I probably just passed. I had to try to do it the real way. Do it
the old fashioned way. Yeah, that's work hard and that's change lifestyle for a while. But like that, and I think that's driving these artists today. That everything is like you just said. Everybody more worried about the physical appearance and not the depth of these artists and these each of these individuals. Artists as well, and then all the trouble they get in, but the females, that strip culture from the South came in and took a flow, and now you got generations of, I see 13, 14-year-old girls growing up to become wannabe strippers. That's their future. They say out of their mouths.
I'm gonna get bags. I'm gonna get me some bags, some Birkin bags. Buy a whole car, a whole fucking house with one of them goddamn bags. Fuck that bag. Fuck that bag. I mean, I got some designer shit my damn self, but I bought it with the extra money that I had. I'm not gonna just invest in that, and I ain't got no house
to pay no rent, to pay no utilities.
Don't buy a $80,000 car before you buy a house, like E40 said.
No, don't do it. And that's what these people do. They blow, and I've seen it back in the 90s and stuff. Guys get they get the money up front. Usually back then it was about 30,000. Depends on what you got. They got the 30,000, and I see guys. I'm gonna get this pack. I'm gonna flip this pack, and do this and do that. And you're still doing that. And your album, you got a couple singles blowing on your album. You still living in the hood. You ain't doing nothing. They eating off your money.
And they got kids.
And they have kids.
They ain't paying for.
No, and that's the big thing.
Yeah. But anyway, I still love hip hop. I think it's just going through a phase, and it's always going to be that way because we had the 80s phase, You had niggas dressing in blouses and shit back in the day. Grandmaster Flash and them came out, dude, looking all crazy like P-Funk. That was the thing. It was cool. It was not crazy. We loved it. Then you brought the 80s out. You know, they came with the gangster rap and they was all in hoodies and, you know, that was cool. We had the backpack era. You know, that was cool. So I'm kind of putting this into that category. It's just very extreme.
Yes.
None of them other categories were like clothing. Then nobody start getting surgeries and shit and taking pills and, you know, doing all these fucking drugs and shit like that. It was never like that. It was always something, yeah. But this is extreme. These pills that they take, this hardcore ass, I don't know what they're called, fentanyls and you know, that shit is crazy. That's like shit that they I can't believe it. I would never put a pill in my mouth ever as a kid. Pills was like, oh, you're gonna die. Like back in high school when they used to do the mescaline tabs and I would never do that. Y'all go, it's in you. Once it gets in you, you can't get it out. Oh, no. Yeah.
If it's fentanyl kills you, why you want to take something?
Man,
you got a chance of dying?
I barely take ibuprofen. I'm not taking a pill until I get old and I need medication. My body will accept it, and I'm gonna live a little longer. Other than that,
that's it.
No, I don't need no pain pills. No, thank you. For what?
Yeah, for what? That's true. So hey, that's beautiful. You know, and I'm glad. You know, and I want the viewers to definitely tap in and follow. You know, Conscious Daughters and
hey, look, it's Conscious Daughters on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I gotta set my Twitter up. I'm not really on Twitter that much, but you know, I don't know. I have like 15,000 followers on there, but you know, I'm mainly on Instagram, and that's the account that I really run the most, to be honest, and Facebook. Right. But you know, just reach out, consciousdaughters@gmail. Anybody who wants to talk or interview or get some advice, or even if you're a female rapper, you know, I'm always looking to help others. I have an artist that I picked up. His name is Pedro Pesos. He's a beautiful Black Native American and Puerto Rican man. He's gorgeous. He looked like Dave East Girl. Y'all need to come see. But anyway, he's more importantly, he's a great rapper, great artist, great writer, and all around great talent. So I've been working with him and developing him. You know, we're going to be going on tour and making some stops, and I'm trying to get out and about, and hopefully you'll see me soon on television and some other places. So
where can an artist get at you and send you some of their videos or music if they want to send
consciousdaughters@gmail. Make sure you spell it right, because a lot of people spell it wrong. CONSCIOUS. Conscious Daughters at Gmail. I'm Conscious Daughters on Instagram. Conscious Daughters on Facebook. And at The Daughters on Twitter. But if you just type in Conscious Daughters in Google, all of those pages will come up. And, you know, I'm very responsive. I like to talk to people, and, you know, let's chit chat. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
The pleasure's ours. Thank you for coming through. You know, and we definitely, you know, we're following, we're pushing, and we're going to be definitely tapping in on what you're doing in the future. You know, with your artists. So definitely keep us posted. Let Diva know. Diva, let us know. Mad Money Militia.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna come back to y'all when I get some business.
Yeah, come on back and run. We can expand it and do some other stuff. You know, there's some stuff I want to do with technology that nobody's been doing yet, and I think that's another avenue. I think they've been dabbling, but they haven't been doing, and I think it's something there. So we can make that happen. So
awesome! Thank you so much.
CMG, Conscious Daughters in the house.
Y'all.
West Coast, love you too. Peace. You know, for coming.
Peace out.
CMG, Conscious Daughters, West Coast. And that's what goes to say, and we go to say, and doing this, you know, that was a great interview for female artists to see and hear her story, and go follow her. Check it out. She does a lot of interviews. She talks. Her story is great. You know, I want to see her presence and have it felt on iHipHopTV one-on-one, you know, because she'll be coming back around. We do all these interviews with these great artists, and a lot of female artists are stepping up. So we got a reference. Go check out this interview right here with CMG to find out what's up, to see how she did it, to see what their path was, how they went through it, and go for that. You know, go for that. They were on major record labels. They was on Priority Records. You know, they did it that way. They did their thing. So you get out of it what you put into it, and do it right, you know. But that's another great one. You know, I'm P Stock. You know, definitely hit the like button, smash that like button, leave comments, subscribe. You know, check it out. We got some other great interviews coming through. And this is, you know, big shout out to Aladdin 19, Mad Money Militia. We got the Culture Weekend coming up, February 24th through the 26th in New York. It's the Culture Weekend. You want to get up there and check it out. It's like Fashion Week. It's like Culture Week. That's what you want to check out. Culture Week. Mad Money Militia. Get up there. NYC. Doing it like no other. Like Culture Week. February 24th through the 26th. Get to New York. Check it out. You know, no doubt about it. And stay locked. Tap in. Keep iHipHopTV on there, locked in. You want to pop in and see what we doing. We always got something for you. I'm your man, P Stock. Peace. If you had the power right now, via Marie, okay? You had the power right now, and you could change anything about the music industry, what would that be?
I don't want to say feminism, but how hard it is for female rappers, African-American female rappers.
No cap, can't fuck with me, no flex from the back of the back. Ain't been running up checks. Put my city on the map, I'm up next. Up there, he got that glizzy on his lap, but put that 42 ish.
For sure. Like, ain't no way I shouldn't be. My foot on the gas, no brakes type. They're putting the work in. I'm up next. I promise.
I hear you.
For sure. Shout out to iHipHopTV, Dark Diva, Mad Money Militia. You know what the fuck going on. Stop playing with them. Stop playing. Yeah.
That's man, you chasing it, man. Out on hiphoptv.com on YouTube. Shit is fire. Check out iHipHopTV.com on YouTube.